I have positive thoughts and negative thoughts, but mostly I have peculiar ones. My name is Henry, and this is my story. Little Stephen Tries, the YouTube comedian, was alone in his bedroom one day, styling his hair like the pop band Bros in the 1980s. He was listening to their song Chocolate Box, which reminded him he had a stand-up gig at a gay club that night. He was very nervous because it would be packed with lots of intimidating gay men who could really put the willies up you. So he decided to do something to relax and calm himself. "I know," he said. "I'll spank my little monkey." So he opened his drawer and took out his little wank sock, which was sized 3 to 6 months, and a copy of Knitting Weekly to help him get very excited. Sat on his bed, he started to unzip his pyjama bottoms, being very careful not to catch his one pube, and so he moved the zip down past it, but accidentally caught his foreskin in the zip. I say foreskin, but it was now 16 skins, after getting ripped to shreds, and the last time his winkle got ripped to shreds was when he showed it to a girl and she took the piss out of it. That girl was probably his mum, actually, so just saying. In a panic, he rang his friend Max and told him to be round straight away. "I'm already round because of my diet of crisps and chocolate," said Max. "No, I mean come round to my house," yelled Stephen. So 5 minutes later, Max rolled up. Not literally, I'm sure he used his legs. Stumpy little ones probably, or they look stumpy because the stomach goes over the top of it. I don't know. I'm not an expert. So Max walked in and saw Stephen crying there like a little girl and said, "What's up? My winkle wasn't till I trapped it in my zip." "Well, can't you just pull it off?" "No," said Stephen. "That's what got me in this mess to start with. Well, give it a quick yank." "Isn't that the same thing?" asked Steve. "Well, I can't see it. It's not that small, Max." "No. What I mean is my belly's in the way. I basically have to need to bend forward to see past my belly. So let's just try that. And, ooh, that is pretty hideous. Looked like a mini pepperami with tomato ketchup on it." "Give it here, and I'll sort this," said Max. Now, this is going to hurt just a little bit. And as he said it, he yanked the zip up, but accidentally took the end of Stephen's knob off. "Oh, Christ," said Max. "I think you need to go to the hospital and get it seen to." "Needed a good seeing to for ages," said Stephen, and he started crying again like a little baby. "Get a grip on yourself," said Max. "I can't, it's got no girth, and that's why I have to use tweezers," said Stephen. So they got in Stephen's car and Max drove them to the hospital. Stephen was like panicking and worrying by this point, and so Max kept talking to him to keep his mind off his stumpy little bleeding cock. And Steve said, "You're driving me round the bend." "Oh, thanks," said Max. "I've really tried to help you." And Steve's like, "No, what I meant was you actually taken the left turn." Anyway, so when they got to the hospital, they went to A&E and explained to the receptionist what had happened. And she said, "Are you serious?" And he said, "No, I'm Stephen." And she said, "No, you need to see a doctor." And he said, "You're telling me?" And she said, "Yes, who else would I be telling?" So the doctor came through and laid Stephen on a bed. And I don't mean he bummed him, although he might have done. I can't sort of vouch for that. But he laid him on the bed, and the doctor said this was the second worst accident he'd seen in 22 years. "What was the worst accident?" says Stephen. "Your birth, you see. Your mum and dad didn't plan your pregnancy, and I had to help deliver you." So the doctor examined his pepperami and was shocked it had no helmet. "Have you got a tip for me?" Stephen said, "I think I pay enough national insurance, thank you very much, without having to pay extra money on top of it." "No," said the doctor. "Have you got a tip for me?" "Yes, my advice to you would be to mend my bloody penis as quick as you can." "No," said the doctor. "I need the tip of your stumpy little cock to attach it back on. See, we're going to have to do some microsurgery. Also," said the doctor, cautiously. "Yes," said Stephen. "Well, we had a 2-year-old boy die yesterday during surgery, and his winkle is the same size as yours. How about we remove his helmet and attach it to your winkle alongside with yours so you have two helmets? Why? Cries Stephen. Well, like most blokes, you probably think with your cock, and they do say two heads are better than one when it comes to thinking. After the op, the doctor told Stephen he could go home, but he must only play with his winkie every 4 weeks until it's healed. A bit like his YouTube videos, because they only come once a month. So to end this sad and very serious story, I have a little joke for you to cheer things up. What's the similarity of Stephen's cock after the operation and the reaction of the doctor when he saw its size? Both were in stitches. And that is the end.